Welcome back to the video. My name is Ryan, and today we'll be covering the top 10 fantasy football running backs for the 2023 season. First up, I would like to say I got two things, but the first thing is I know the audio last video was a little bit off. I didn't fully realize that until I posted it. I'm sorry about that. I hope that doesn't happen again. And second of all, players like Dalvin Cook and Ezekiel Elliott won't be on this list because, well, they aren't on a team. So depending on what team they go to, the rankings will vary. So, and let's get into this top 10. Number 10, I have Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker, I have at number 10 because you don't just have to, you got Metcalf, the other guard, you got Tyler Lockett, and Russell Smith and Jigba now coming out of Ohio State, who was arguably going to be a top 5 pick if he stayed healthy. So they got to respect that. You got Geno Smith, who was very good last year. A breakout year at his age is very strange, very rare, but it was very good to see. And Kenneth Walker definitely separated himself from the running backs at Seattle because, well, he's just way better. He proved what he was doing at Michigan State was not a fluke. He carried that over. He was very good for them, probably the best rookie running back last year. In my opinion, granted, that is heavily biased because I had my fantasy team last year. But I think Kenneth Walker played very good. And yeah, I have it number 10 on my list. Number 9, I have Bijan Robinson. Bijan Robinson, if you've watched him at Texas, he reminds me a little bit of Adrian Peterson based off the physicality that he can run with his size and his speed at the open field. He reminds me of Adrian Peterson a bit. A little bit less, though. But a lesser Adrian Peterson is still very good. And you're going to a team that ran the ball a lot last year. If you look at Tyler Algier, he got a 1,000-yard rushing year. Cordell Patterson ran the ball a lot. So we got players like that. Then Mariota ran a lot. I mean, not a lot, but a good amount. But now you got Desmond Ridder. He's going to be your starting quarterback. He's getting used to everything. You got Drake London on the outside. Bijan Robinson's going to become the main back. I was surprised that they drafted him because, well, Tyler Algier just had a 1,000-yard year. But I think Bijan Robinson can be very good. Just out the gates, very good. And number 8, this might surprise a lot of people, Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders, if you look at him last year, he was so good. He's on the Eagles. And the O-line, all that. This year he's going to Carolina. I like how Carolina uses their running backs a lot. As you watch how they use them with Chuba Hubbard. And, well, before then, you had McCaffrey, of course. But after that, you had Chuba Hubbard. And they had someone else. I'm sorry. I'll show a picture of him, but I forgot his. Dante Freeman. Dante Freeman, that was his name. They used him a lot. Their run game was very good. Now you got Bryce Young, who's very respectable at throwing the ball. I'm pretty sure Adam Thielen's now on the team. So you got a lot of guys that you can use outside of them. So it's not full on pressure with Miles Sanders, and they also run the ball a lot already. So Miles Sanders is not going to have to split carries of anyone. It's going to be him. So it's going to be very fun to watch with that. I think we got a lot of usage also with the pass game too. Number 7, talk about a guy who's going to have a lot of pass receptions, pass use. Tony Pollard. With Ezekiel Elliott out the way, Tony Pollard's going to take over. And the only reason they didn't use him more is because Ezekiel Elliott's contract was so much that they just had to use him, or his contract was going to go to waste. So Tony Pollard, he's coming off a broken leg, which sucks. That's why I don't have him in my top 5, because for usage purposes, I'd have him in my top 5. But that leg injury is definitely not a good thing. So they're definitely a tough injury to come back from. So I got him at number 7. At number 6, I have Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb is very good. I think with Deshaun Watson being a full year into this, their pass game is going to be even better. Maybe Hopkins goes there, DeAndre Hopkins, so they have to respect the pass game even more. Possibly he can go there. But you just look at Nick Chubb. He's just such a physical running back, but also super good. Anyways, he has a very good breakaway speed. Only problems that he plays for the Browns, and the Browns don't score a lot of points. So Nick Chubb would have to get those goal line carries a lot. But also you have to split some of Kareem Hunt. I think Kareem Hunt actually might be a free agent this year. So Nick Chubb's actually, He's going to get more value. I still won't put him in my top 5, but I got Nick Chubb at number 6 right now. He's very good. Number 5, I got the rushing leader from last year, Josh Jacobs. You might be wondering, why do you have Josh Jacobs at number 5? He's just the best running back last year. If you look at the history of running backs, players that went from mid or okay to great had a step back year. Todd Gurley, when he was a rookie, had a great year, then he had a step back year. Same thing for David Johnson. He had that happen. And there's other running backs, I'm forgetting some other running backs, but those are the two that come to mind. David Johnson and Todd Gurley took step backs in the first year. They exploded onto the scene. Todd Gurley came back. David Johnson really never came back to that form. J.J. is another one. But I got Josh Jacobs here because I don't think he's going to take a huge step back. I think he will take a little bit of a step back, though. I got him at number 5, which is still a very good position for him to be because we're going to have to use him a lot with Jimmy G at quarterback and only Devontae Adams to throw to without Darren Waller anymore. So, yeah. And number 4, talking about the team that Darren Waller's on now, Saquon Barkley at number 4. So, Saquon Barkley proved last year what a full healthy season could do. He was extremely good, helped get his team to the playoffs, and his rookie year was the only other time we saw him as a completely healthy running back. Saw him again last year completely healthy, and he looked super good. Very good for fantasy owners. So it'll be very fun to see what he can do this year. Hopefully he can stay healthy, stay off the quad injuries, the knee injuries, and the typical injuries for running backs. Hopefully that doesn't happen to him. But he has some of the best elusiveness you've ever seen from a running back. He can hurdle anyone. He can juke out anyone. He's very good at that. Only problem I have is that Daniel Jones does get a lot of runs. So these other guys on this list, their quarterbacks don't really run a lot. So they'll dump it down. Instead of Daniel Jones, will actually sometimes just run instead. So at number 3, I got Austin Eckler. Austin Eckler was a PPR machine last year. You see, I've kept on getting those simple passes from Justin Herbert because Justin Herbert doesn't want to run a whole lot. He can run, but he doesn't want to run that much. So we got Austin Eckler here because, well, he was a good runner, definitely, but he also was the best receiving back from last year. You can look at the stats. He was number 1 in PPR. So that's why I got a number 3. I think he can continue that into this year. Number 2, Derrick Henry. People seem to forget about how good Derrick Henry is. He had no weapons last year. Hopefully, Treylon Burks can improve even more. So he actually has an A.J. Brown type of guy. I doubt he can get to A.J. Brown's level this soon at least. But you never know. You never know with these wide receivers in progression. But Derrick Henry has always been a monster ever since he actually got playing time. He's been top 5 running back the past 4 years. I have no reason not to put him in that top 5, well done top 3. He's the most physical running back in the league. He's going to get at least 20 carries a game at least. He usually gets 20 carries a game at least. If he doesn't, then he got hurt. Or something terrible happened. The play calling. Because there's no reason Derrick Henry should not get more than 20 touches a game. So, only problem with Derrick Henry, he's not that good of a pass catcher, but you don't really need him to pass catch whenever he can run through 3 guys when you do toss plays and run through the middle plays. So, yeah. And number 1, it's not a surprise to anyone, is possibly the first guy gone off the board this year in every single fantasy football draft. Christian McCaffrey. The only problem with him is that with Elijah Mitchell, he doesn't get many carries as before. But outside of that, he is an amazing pass catcher, best route runner for running backs. When he runs the ball, he's extraordinarily good. And this team is filled with weapons. And it wasn't like he came onto the team and it was, he took a step back. No. He came onto the week, had a slow game against the Chiefs because, well, that's his first game on the team. He got traded that week. And then the next game, he got a passing touchdown, receiving touchdown, and a rushing touchdown against the Rams. So he is phenomenal for this team. The weapons are used for him. Brock Purdy coming back, he loved using Christian McCaffrey. So it'll be fun to see how this team works out. But Christian McCaffrey, by far the number 1 running back in the league for fantasy football purposes. Hope you all liked the video. If you like it, leave a like. Subscribe if you like what we talk about. We talk about sports almost every day. at least put out 5 to 6 videos a week. And then I put out a short pretty much almost every day. Hope you all have a great day. Comment how you feel about this video, your own rankings for the running backs. Hope you all have a great day, and God bless y'all.